Hello and welcome to another episode of Between Two Light Stands with Vinny and Michael. We got picked up after our highly successful pilot episode last week, so Kenmore Camera Television is letting us continue for a little bit longer. I know, right? It's a very good thing. So we're going to do the usual stuff today. We're going to do news. We're going to do some information about stuff going on here at Kenmore Camera. We're going to share some answer some of your questions, and then we'll share some tips. As always, we invite your participation, so if you have questions you'd like to ask us, please let us know. If you have comments, suggestions on things we can do to make this better, we're going to evolve this thing as we go. So thanks so much for joining us, and we look forward to the journey. So we're going to start things off with a reminder of some other ways to stay in touch with us. So you can join our Kenmore Camera email list. That link will be down below. You can follow us on the Instagram. We're there as well. I don't know why I say the Instagram.
The Grams.
The Grams. Is that what the kids say? I don't know. And again, invite your participation with any questions you have about photography. Leave those in the comments below. So we're going to start things off with information and news. There's not a ton of stuff going on in the world, but we'll start things off with Vinny.
So yeah, kind of some latest updates or some news is Fuji has released firmware July 22nd, so just a couple days ago, for pretty much all their cameras, their current cameras, their XT5, the X106, the XT50, XS20, M5, GFX, 100 RF, and the X-Half. So yeah, it's a good time if you are a Fuji shooter, get the update and yeah, get your camera fine-tuned.
Yeah, good thing. Remember, you can use the app as a Fuji photographer. I know you can either use the app or the memory card method. Either way, if you have questions, let us know. Another little bit of news related to the world of photography, regardless of how you feel about AI and AI images, DuckDuckGo, the web search engine, has a new feature on its website where if you do an image search, you can now turn off visibility of AI-generated images. Little caveat here, little limit to this is the images have to be identified by the person who posted it as AI, and I think they also access a database that has some AI-generated images, a database of those images. So just be aware of that. If you want to search for things in images that aren't AI-generated, there's now a way to do that with the DuckDuckGo website.
DuckDuckGo, okay.
So that's the news for the week.
Wow.
Not a lot of stuff going on,
not
at least
much.
that I could find.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's a quiet week is a good week.
Yeah, well, Canon almost had something. And
Almost.
yeah.
Maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
Firmware related.
Yes. So let's talk about classes and events at Kenmore Camera. We got a whole bunch of stuff going on. We've added a bunch of classes for August and September. And want to remind you, you can find that list at events.kenmorecamera.com. Take it away, Vinny.
Yeah, so it looks like kind of the first class upcoming in August 16th is from my buddy Aaron. Excellent sports photographer, but it's photographing big field sports on field soccer workshop. So that's going to be the 16th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And it looks like it's going for about $100. And it's going to be kind of a live, he's got what?
A pickup game.
Pickup game. So he's got players ready to go and kind of get you right into the action of it and get some real life sports photography, or at least soccer photography.
Not just theory.
Yeah, not just a theory, not just a camera and a screen.
It's one of those things you have to experience.
Exactly.
You can't just YouTube it.
Nope. So bring your sunscreen and your camera, and yeah, enjoy that. So yeah, highly recommend take that one. And then after that, it looks like August 20th, we have an astrophotography with Sigma ambassador Jack Fusco. So this is an online class, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. And it looks like that class is going to be going for $25. So yeah, that's August 20th. And then later on, just a few days later, he'll be doing another class, two options, two dates, the 22nd and the 23rd. And this is a live or in-person class. And this will be at Lake Diablo Vista Viewpoint out there in Rockport, Washington. That class is going to be 7 p.m. to 11:30. And so that's going to be a hands-on in the field class. That class is going for about $150, and you get to choose one of the 2 dates. So the dates for that class will be August 22nd or the 23rd for an in-person workshop with astrophotography. Great time for that.
And we'll have links to all these classes down below. So I always say
Cool.
that.
Yeah, makes
It's
it
always
easy.
good to remind people. Look at the description where the links might be, because we can't put them on the screen to touch. So
Links are helpful.
links are very helpful. All right, next up, a couple opportunities, community connection, meetup opportunities for photography that I'm going to lead. The first one is September 3rd. We're going to meet at the fair in Puyallup, the Washington State Fair. I still call it the Puyallup. I've been here long enough to, it's still the Puyallup to me.
Do the Puyallup.
Do the
I
Puyallup.
remember that, yeah.
Elephant ears are considerably more expensive than, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to spend a good chunk of the day there, or at least give you opportunity to do that. I'll be there pretty much all day, and the idea is we'll meet up a couple times, share some ideas and suggestions for making photos at the fair, and then in the evening, I'll share some tips on doing some long exposure photography with the rides and all the lights and all that stuff. It's really, really fun. So again, more info on the website. That'll be September 3rd. That's a Wednesday, so a good way to spend your hump day. Come join at the fair and bring some sunscreen. The next thing I'm doing, another community opportunity meetup, is September 20th. That's a Saturday. That'll be a car photography meetup at Redmond Town Center. We did this a couple weeks ago. We had a great time with some folks who met with us, and we're going to do it again. This will be 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Saturday the 20th. It'll be a special day for them. It's British Car Show Day.
Cool.
So maybe McLarens and Jaguars and
Little
MGs, minis,
minis.
some
Okay.
Mini Coopers. So again, join us on that. That one's free. It's a great opportunity to meet some other photographers and make some connections.
And so that looks like that's it for September so far. But in October, we have a very popular class, the Falcon Photography class, which is by the Falconer. It's an in-field class, and there's 2 dates to choose from, October 11th and October 12th. Classes are going to start at 8 a.m. and go to 11 a.m. And the class is going to be $125. I do recommend sign up for that one early. Those tend to fill up pretty quick. But yeah, very, very popular, very good, fun class. I got to sit in one, and he's great, and he's just great with the birds, and you'll get some awesome shots.
Yeah.
And then in November, just kind of planting the seed, but yep, our Kenmore Camera Expo 2025 sale will be the weekend of November 7th and 9th. And so save those dates if you're looking for some great classes and some awesome sales.
Yeah, we do 2 days of classes during the expo.
2 days of classes.
And we'll have all the vendors here, all the reps. So it's a great time to ask questions, see new stuff.
Yep.
It's a good, busy time.
Yeah. It's a
good,
busy
time.
busy weekend.
Yeah.
A lot of pizza.
All right, you got.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So after the important stuff,
We're still learning.
classes going on and everything, now it's time for some questions that we got through socials or just from customers. And this one comes from SW Junkie. And their question was how to balance enjoying the art of photography and the task of culling and editing. So really, like, honestly, the way to kind of, for me, like, there's no right or wrong answer on this. It's just kind of personal preference. But the side of enjoying photography, working in a camera store and then dealing with cameras all day long, and then trying to find inspiration to take photos outside of here, typically, there are times like I go home and I don't want to even think about cameras, talk photography at all. I'm just pretty much done with it. But one way to define inspiration or how to kind of get, kind of the mood to take photos again, a lot of it comes from just getting inspired from other people's work, just seeing stuff, taking a moment and just kind of seeing what's out there, other photographers, exploring websites, maybe even watching some kind of documentary that kind of helps me go, oh yeah, that's something I want to try, and kind of get me inspired or keep that kind of balance of enjoying photography and working in photography. And then on the task of like organizing and editing and stuff like that, again, there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever works, whatever gets the job done. But at the end, for me, it's kind of breaking it down. I try to just, if there's different topics like a wedding, maybe just, kind of just maybe get right into like the important stuff, like the ceremony itself, and then kind of chip away from there. Maybe try to work in my favorite images off that, take a breather, and then come back and then kind of look at other parts of it and then almost build a story around it, but just do it in sections. I don't know if that helps with the way to kind of cataloging and organizing and take out maybe images that aren't worth editing or showing to the clients. And then editing, just kind of work on a workflow that works for you. And if there's stuff available, take advantage of presets that can kind of help that process go a little bit quicker. But yeah, I don't know.
Not everybody likes sitting in front of a computer. They'd rather be behind a camera.
No, yeah.
I like the whole process.
The whole deal, huh?
Yeah.
Especially if you have I do too. If it's a good weekend, it's a good shoot. Maybe I got a good sunrise, sunset, something along those lines. I get inspired and work out. I also can get disappointed pretty quickly too. Like that did not turn out.
My favorite quote about inspiration is an artist named Chuck Close. It's inspiration is for amateurs. The rest of us show up and do the work.
Okay, there we go.
And
don't be an amateur. Don't inspire.
Well, no, the inspiration comes from having whatever your creative instrument is in your hands and going and doing it. In the process. Oh yeah, I want to make some more photos now.
Yeah, using
You got to get off the couch. At least that's my thing. I got to get off the couch.
That's a tough one for me. But once I get past that,
Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so next question comes from Hint of Thought on Instagram. So the question is, if you have the same sensor size but different megapixels, so different resolution, does that matter or not? And this is going to be a little technical, nerdy question. And at least my answer will be. The question's not too nerdy.
Yeah.
And I brought a visual aid.
Okay.
So let's talk about resolution. If you have a camera that's, let's say, 30 megapixels and another camera that's 60, that's twice the resolution, which means you have more dots, more pixels, and they're occupying the same space. So that means, let's say this is the 30 megapixel. We'll put a better one up on the screen. And then this is the 60. So you got more dots. They're in the same amount of space, so the individual dots have to be smaller. So welcome to the land of trade-offs. Compromise.
Yeah.
So smaller pixels means you get more detail. The trade-off is, because they're smaller, they don't absorb light the same way. So if it's lower light, they might have more noise in the photo because they have to amplify more to get the same amount of brightness. So that's one trade-off. The other trade-off with more dots, more pixels, is because there's more data, it tends to be slower unless you're buying a super expensive camera with really fast processors and data paths and all that stuff. So does it matter? It depends on your photography. If your type of photography leans more towards speed being a thing, like sports photography, then a lower resolution camera might be better as a starting point. And if you're doing things that don't need the speed, you might do a higher resolution camera, maybe like landscape photography. So trade-offs, balances, no one answer. That's why there's so many options. It's like having an SUV or a sedan. Yeah. They both get you there. They just do it differently and have different capabilities. So that's a start of an answer. If you want some more clarification there, I'm glad to nerd out a little bit more on that answer. Yeah, it's nice to have the options. It's amazing.
Yeah.
What 30 megapixels is normal resolution, but 10 years ago that was high resolution.
Yeah. That was, I remember. Yeah, my early 5Ds, 12 megapixel.
Yep. All right. Next, we have some tips, some suggestions for you, things we've learned about photography that we think would be helpful for you to know. So my tip is hopefully a practical one. It's 3 things every photographer should have at least 2 of. So here we go. I have more visual aids. I have to go lean over here to get them. All right. The first thing you should have at least 2 of is memory cards. They're relatively inexpensive now, and it's just a good idea to have a couple extra, just in case either the card fails or you fill it up, or you forgot to put one in your camera. I've done that. I've put it in the memory card reader on the computer, forgot to take it out and put it back in the camera, and then you go to make photos and you got nothing.
Yep, SIM card reader.
So what I do, I have a couple camera bags. There's an extra memory card in each bag just as a safety net. So that's thing 1, extra memory cards. Thing 2 is pausing here because I have to go get thing 2. So the second thing I think every photographer should have at least 2 of, especially in our land of mirrorless camera, that time of technology, is extra batteries. Again, it's good to have this just in case. Again, I've had my camera where I forgot to charge it, and I get out and I've got 10% left, and I've got 5 photos to make, and then I'm done. So that's a bummer. So again, in all my camera bags have at least 1 extra battery, and I find that to be a good safety net. Third thing to have at least 2 of is extra copies of your photos. So once you get them on your computer, you should have a copy of that. So some kind of hard drive, an extra backup of your photos, some kind of automated process to do that. About 7-8 years ago, I had 2 hard drives fail, my primary backup and my secondary backup.
Oh, nightmare. Yeah.
Oh, it was not a good time. So now I have 4 backups of everything and a cloud backup. I went a little the other way. So yeah, it's not a matter of, they say when a hard drive will fail. I mean, if it will fail, it's a matter of when it will fail. So just have an extra copy. So there you go. So that's my tip, is to have an extra set of memory cards, have extra batteries, extra hard drive copies or backup copies of your photos.
And so yes, my tip of the week is pretty simple, but we do get this a lot in the store, and it's checking for dust on the sensor. So there's a pretty straightforward way to find out if your sensor is too dusty. And what you want to do is, first step is you want to put your camera into either manual or aperture mode, AV, aperture priority mode, and move the aperture into the smallest opening, so the highest number. So if your lens goes down to f/22, then that's where you want to go. If your lens is f/16, that's where you go. But basically make it in all the way into the end of the aperture range to the smallest opening for the greatest depth of field. Now, when you got that set in, then you got a couple choices here. In the summertime, it's great because all you need to do really is just to go outside and take a picture of the blue sky at f/22, and that will give you a good sign of how much dust, or if any dust, is on your sensor. If it's not a great day and you don't have something with the contrast, like a nice bright blue sky, then I typically will use either like a white wall or even just a white sheet of paper that will fill the frame. But to test for dust on your sensor, the most important thing is go to aperture priority or manual, but make sure you're at the at kind of an f/22 setting, and that's a good way to test to see how much dust is on your sensor. And then from there, you can make a decision: do you want to still clone it out, or get a sensor cleaning kit, or have us clean the sensor, or just do it yourself. But that's the best way to check. And yeah, that's my tip of the week: how to check for dust on your sensor.
Editing those is no fun.
No. Yes, especially if it's it looks like a little sandstorm.
Here, a little bit here, there, everywhere. Yeah. Clone stamp is your friend.
Yes, it is.
All right, so that's
it. Okay, I guess we're closing it out. Thank you for watching this week's our second episode of Between Two Light Stands, and yeah, we'll keep evolving this, and probably you'll even get a little bit smoother and more news and all the stuff. So yeah, please give us feedback. We'll love to hear it. We definitely want to kind of use this as a good medium to reach out to you guys, and then I'll have you guys reach out to us. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and look into our socials, and feel free to come into the shop, talk to me, Michael, any of the staff here. Give us a call. We'll be happy to help. But yeah, enjoy your next week, I guess. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.